Good morning, or it's noon. Good afternoon, lovely flippers. How are you today? Are you feeling Friday vibes? This is our first full week of the new year, and it's been great. You know, I ship at this time, and I love to go live while I'm shipping because it's easy to talk to you guys, and shipping is kind of mindless activity. Come join me. I have some fun things to share. If you are on the replay, let me know. Let me know the last thing you listed. So share that. Okay, that's what we're going with. So today we are talking about TGIFF, which is one of Jarrett's signature phrases. Does anyone know what that means? Comment and let me know if you know what TGIFF means. Not TGIF, TGIFF. I'll share some of the stuff I'm shipping out. I already shipped out the highest dollar stuff, so this is not really the most exciting things, but I will share them with you. These are more of our bread and butter sales at this point. I tend to ship, or almost always ship, our highest dollar stuff first. Just a good habit. So I will share this Cabby, which is a direct selling company. Carol Anderson by invitation. They do like home parties. This is the old tag. This tag doesn't sell as well as the new square one. But I love this sale because it was a return, so I sold it. Woman wasn't happy with it. She said all crazy things about it. It looks nothing like it did on the mannequin. She said all this stuff. So anyway, she returned it. I got it back this week, relisted it yesterday, and I got an offer this morning, and the person already paid. And I wonder if I sold it for more than what this lady got it for. I think it's a similar price, which is fine. Let's see. What did this lady pay for it the first time? It's not showing me in the record. It's about the same price. Anyway, so I got $24.85 for this, which is not bad considering that I relisted it yesterday. It's just like a double-breasted, soft coat. It's not like a heavy coat. So anyway, happy about that. Okay, so have you guys guessed yet? No. So TGIFF stands for Thank God I Found Freedom. And all this means is that typically for us, weekdays of the week don't really matter all that much. And, you know, we've done a lot of different businesses. If you know anything about Jarrett and my story, I will give you the quickest synopsis. Jarrett was a car salesman, got into investing real estate in his early 20s, and was really good at it. Flipped houses, did buy and holds, did all sorts of things, got up to like 70 rental properties. You probably heard this in the challenge. Great Recession came. Real estate kind of got tough for him, and you know, got into network marketing and some other different businesses, and we ran a few different businesses together. I was studying entrepreneurship in college. I do have a degree in entrepreneurship. That's what my business degree is in. I got out, I did international sales for a high-end yoga company because my thinking was if I did sales, I think all entrepreneurs should be good salespeople, so I wanted to learn that skill. So that's what I did. I met Jarrett, we started working together while we were dating, and did the long distance thing for like 6 months, got together. It'll be 5 years that we've been physically together, not long distance, in the beginning of March. And yeah, we've done so many different things. One of the biggest endeavors we've done together, or the longest or the deepest business we've gone into, is network marketing. And that's where a lot of our background is together. Really successful at it. We personally recruited, I'd have to like go back and count. At one point we started keeping count in the last company we're in. But total, we've recruited together at least 150 people, closer to 200 if I had to guess. So it was great, and there's so many good things about network marketing, but it is very difficult for the average person to have success. And what we noticed on our team was that we had a really hard time helping people grow, get out of their comfort zone. Like, you have to change. The average person has to change a lot about themselves if they don't already have a following and a circle of influence. So there's nothing wrong with network marketing, and people have success. But what we found was it's difficult to help the average person have success. And what happens actually for the average person in network marketing is that they recruit, I think the statistical number is 2.5 people, something like that. So you have people like us who've recruited 150 people, balancing out the dozens and dozens of people who would have recruited no one after they spent several $100s to get into a company, after they bought the products and they burned their warm market, as the phrase is called, where they've talked to their friends and family, and their friends and family think they're crazy. And when you're new and you don't know how to do network marketing, you tend to say the wrong things. And you go to the people that are the closest to you first. So you say the worst things to the people that matter the most to you. It's just a very difficult business model. It's difficult for people to have success. And the average person, realistically, just doesn't have success. There are people that do, and there are people that do it the right way, and we learned how to do it the right way to help our team quickly, but it was still an uphill battle. So we don't have anything negative to say about network marketing, but we do have some realities of it. And it paid our bills, and it was fine, but, it is what it is. So if you've tried network marketing and you didn't have any success, and you thought that was going to be your path to freedom, it's not you. Like, it's really not. It is very difficult for the average person to have success. Even for above average people. I think we're above average, and, it's difficult to get to that freedom number, if you will. But what we got so excited about with reselling, now we've completed 2 full years of reselling. Almost. I won't get into that right now. 2-ish years in reselling, and what we've been so excited about from the challenge is the fact of how many people have already had success, made sales, made several $100s just from selling stuff out of their house, and using our STD message. If you guys are aware of that, that's a little inside joke with this group, which means split the difference. That's on day 3, I believe. Don't quote me. So yeah, it's just been so great. And so what I wanted to share with you guys, and the reason that I titled this TGIFF, Thank God I Found Freedom, is because the dream that you've had about achieving freedom in whatever area of your life that is, whether that's freedom from debt, whether that's the ability to buy a house, to buy a new car, to take your family on vacation, to save for retirement. I mean, there's so many things that you can do with this little part-time business that we still work part-time to this very day. The fact that you can achieve the type of freedom you want in something that's so unconventional, and that I think you guys have heard us say this before, we would have turned our nose up when we were in network marketing and we were growing a team and recruiting all these people. We were recruiting like at least 12 people a month. And like, if you would have come to us at that point and said, hey, there's this online flipping phenomenon, you should get involved, we'd be like, nah, that's little money. It's not passive, that's linear income. Ew. Like, that is the mentality we would have had. And it's funny the path that you have to go on to become open to something, because it wasn't until we had almost 6 straight months of our income going down and down and down, despite working harder and harder and harder, recruiting, still like producing ourselves, but our team got discouraged. Our team, our results, our income was dependent on them, and there's nothing wrong with that, and that's leverage, and that's a great thing. But if your income is going down for 6 months and you're working harder over those 6 months, it's not sustainable. And we knew what we were doing. It's not like we were new to network marketing. So it took us that experience to be open to reselling. And Jared and I were just talking this morning, and we were talking about the fact that the richest man in the world, Jeff Bezos, made his living, built his empire, carved his little corner out in reselling through his business Amazon, which is a household name. I'm sure, I don't know how many people are Prime members here, but I think like there's millions and millions of people that are Prime members, like probably a third or half of the country. I don't know the numbers, so don't quote me. But he carved out his space in reselling, and you can carve out your corner and build your own part-time empire for real in reselling. And that's what we got so excited about with the challenge, and you know why we are so excited to be sharing this and taking you on our journey and what we do and the way that we do things that's a little bit different, because there are a lot of people who make a good living in reselling, but they work full-time at it, and there's nothing wrong with that, and you can turn this into a full-time business, and we can talk to you about how to do that. We can definitely talk to you about how to do that, but we get excited about the idea of helping people use this as a part-time business to fuel whatever their goals are, to fuel being able to put their kids in better schools if they want to put them in private school, to save for their college fund, to put better food on the table. I mean, gosh, with the government shutdown and, you know, people's SNAP benefits going away, like, how are people going to feed their families? You know, and whatever your opinions are on that, I can respect it. But the reality is people rely on that money and it might not be there. And if we had known about reselling beforehand, it could have probably saved us from experimenting with all sorts of things. I mean, we've donated plasma before, which for us was awful. Getting a needle stuck in you, and for just a couple dollars when I could sell it. I mean, we're shipping things out. We sold, I should have showed you guys, it's already packed. We sold a black t-shirt. It says Mammoth Store Zurich. We sold it this morning, like, while we were sleeping, because it was like 4 a.m. or something, for $39 and $6.98 shipping, which is more than what I got paid to donate plasma, to have someone stick a needle in me, take my blood, and put it back. So, wish I would have known about it then. So there's always a better way, guys, and we just feel like reselling is such a better way. So I encourage you to really absorb not only the challenge videos we've already done and all the lives we do exclusively for this group. As you notice, we're going live exclusive in this group. It's not on our public Facebook page. This is just for you guys. And we wanted to create that community with everyone in the challenge. Where was I at? My train of thought just ran away from me. Yes, so I encourage you, carve out your own little space in reselling. Use it to build your little part-time empire. Make it a full-time empire. Whatever it is that you want to do. So there's that. And I'm printing thank you notes because I ran out. So bear with me. So that's my message about TGIFF. If you've tried other businesses, they haven't quite worked out, know that you can carve your own space in reselling, that your dreams, your freedom, your ideas and goals and desires are still available to you. And for whatever reason that the other stuff didn't work out, it's not your fault. It was a path to get you here, and we're so glad that you are. Now I want to share our 10 best and our 10 lowest sales, because I want you guys see our Source Sunday, the stuff that we're buying, but on the other end of that, and we're highlighting different things, and the reason we highlight some of our better sales a lot of times is because those are the things that you should pay attention to, and the things that we want in your brain to activate your, whatever part of that brain is, that part of the brain called the reticular or something. Jared and I just call it our reticulars. I'm sure there's a scientific name for it. But you know, when you start looking at a car, you go buy a new car, and then all of a sudden you see that car everywhere, that part of your brain. So we share our successes to help activate the reticulars. You're going to be in on our little lingo. To activate your reticulars to what is selling. Like the graphic tees do great. I mean, that is a perfect example. I need more than that printer. I typically print out like about 100 or so thank you notes, and that lasts me a week or so, sometimes a little longer, sometimes less. So that's what I'm doing now. Okay, cool. So let me pull up those sales. Let's see. So these are just general recent sales. the best, and then also the lowest. It's kind of windy outside today. The wind is what actually woke me up this morning. Okay, here we go. I don't want to share buyer's info with you, and my phone is there. How can I do this? Maybe I'll show you guys pictures. Okay. So I'm trying to ship and talk to you guys. So if you go back in the group, the highest item we sold recently was that Woo Wear Hawaiian shirt, the Wu-Tang Clan shirt. That sold for $199 plus shipping for a total of $206.97. That was on December 27th. Nice little post-Christmas gift to somebody. A gift for themselves after they spent on everybody else, probably. Do you guys buy Christmas gifts for yourself? In my adult life, I've always bought Christmas gifts for myself. At least one, you know, treat yourself. You're the most important person in your life. Because without you, you wouldn't be here to experience any of the other great people in your life. Am I right or am I right? Okay. So the next one is it's called J Press Shaggy Dog. It's a vintage wool sweater. That sold for $153.50, or which is a plus shipping, total of $166.40. I'm going to show you guys these pictures so you can get an idea, but I don't want to give away our customers' personal information. And just so you guys know, if you are going to share like any of your solds and stuff like that, block your customers' information, their username, their name, their address. It is a violation of eBay policy to publicly share their information. So, plus it's just their stuff. So I would just, use your phone, block it out. Which is why you'll see sometimes when we share stuff, it's been blocked. Okay. So for those of you guys who are new, this is the Woo Wear shirt. And this is the Shaggy Dog sweater. Like a green wool sweater. It's men's. Also, our men's stuff tends to sell higher. So we sell more women's stuff in terms of volume, but in terms of average price, the men's section of our store has average higher prices. I personally think it's because women are used to having access to fast fashion, whereas men don't really have as many fast fashion brands, the Zaras of the world, the H&Ms, Forever 21s, the Fashion Novas. Women can get trendy clothes quickly, cheaply, so that's my opinion. Okay, we have a CNR Clothier. This is a wool sports coat, sold for $109.99 plus shipping, $122.97, which is this. That's 3. Oh. So this is from November 25th, so I don't think any of you guys were around then because this group didn't exist at that point. Alright, that's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I want to fulfill my promise to you. 8. 9. And then I'll tell you something. Also, we sold a hemp, it's a brand called Hoodland vegan brown bomber jacket with like shearling lining. $65 plus shipping. It went for $85. We sold 2 of the same jackets, so I'll show you the jacket. These were new with tags, Columbia Interchange jackets. They retail for $200. We sold one for $85 and one for $75, and then we got $87.98 and $97.98 for those. And actually, they sold on the same day to 2 different people. It's kind of cool. All right, so those are the ones I'm not going to show on screen, but I will show you the rest. Next, we have a vintage Patagonia. I found this. It's just a plain white graphic tee, and it has a salmon run thing on it. We sold that for $110, a graphic t-shirt, a white graphic t-shirt that's Patagonia. $110 plus plus shipping for $116.98, and that looks like, I could do that so you can see it better. This is what the little graphic looked like. Zooming in on it. And it's just a plain white tee. That was a great sale. And that's not the first Patagonia we've sold like that. We sold a vintage Italian Ruche Sports, like an 80s ski jacket for $100 plus shipping for a total of $112.98. This was a very funky colored ski jacket. And then next item on the top is a Wilson leather. Hey Vicky, I know you have those Wilson leather jackets. Wilson leather jacket with thin slit. It was brown, sold for $90 plus shipping, so we got $109.70 in total. And it looked like this. Item. Let me know if this is helpful to you guys to see some of our best sales. So typically the high end of our sales, as you can see, is anywhere from $100 to $200. We sold a vintage Ralph Lauren striped cardigan for $95 plus shipping for a total of $107.70. And that's what it looked like. And this one was actually made for Bergdorf Goodman, said on the plane, New York. Wool sweater. Very nice. We sold, Jared had bought a pair of, perfect example of selling stuff out of your closet, which you already have. Jared bought a pair of new with tags Columbia ski pants in what's his normal size, which is like a tall size. And they didn't end up fitting. He didn't like the way they fit. So we just sold them, actually for more than what he bought them for. We sold them for $79.99 plus shipping for a total of $100.31. I don't know why the shipping came out to that price. And this is what they look like. That's a stock picture of them. That's not Jarrett. We don't model our clothes. We used to, we don't now. We also sold, I told you about the new with tags, the Columbia inner chains. We sold 2 of them same day, $75 and $85, and that's what this is what that jacket looked like. So those are the top 10 sales. I'm a little nervous to look at the top lowest ones. This is my first time looking at them, so I didn't have them already pulled up. Top 10 sales recently. Let's see the lowest sales. So these might have been things that we thought were going to do better than they did. We bought them. Like, obviously we don't buy stuff with the intention of them not doing well. We buy stuff with the intention of them selling for a lot. Okay, so I will say this. We typically run auctions, and when we run auctions, we make sure that we bake in a profit. So if you are in 0 to 60, or if you downloaded the free reseller roadmap, we talk about how to do the math of calculating your profit before you list something, and also using that to determine whatever your sales goals are, whatever your income goals are, how to calculate that, so you know how much you should list, like what your average sale price is, all that stuff. So we talk all about that stuff. So we ran an experiment to get some older stuff blown out. So this is actually not going to be as fun. I thought it would be fun to look at the low sales and be like, oh, I thought this was going to sell for more. But no. So the stuff we do, so when we talk about doing dollar auctions or anything, we typically won't take less than $10 for an item. It just doesn't make sense at that point. If we're spending 80 cents on an item, at $10 you can get like $5 profit if you are sending something first class. Pretty easily. It's going to vary if the shipping is $266 or the shipping is $494, which is kind of the range of first class shipping costs for us as top rated sellers. I think you might see something slightly different if you're just getting started. We should talk about top rated status on the challenge next week. Let me write that down. Because it's definitely worth talking about. So we ran an experiment. This was kind of going back to like end of October, early November, where we decided to go to try to sell stuff, to get stuff blown out. We did a dollar auction with the less marked up shipping. So I'll tell you the stuff that we sold. I sold an L. I guess you guys would want to see the pictures. Let me pull these up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay. So, in general, we won't sell stuff for less than $10. Our average sale price is just over $20. Top rated seller, let me write this note down before I forget. That is a good topic. Okay, so Post-its everywhere. So that being said, what we decided to do was we had some damaged items that we were ready to clear out. They had sold, and then before we shipped them, we noticed that they were damaged, and so we disclosed it to the buyer, which we talked about yesterday or the day before. And so we put them on auction with less marked up shipping. So if we do a dollar auction, typically we'll ask at least $8.98 for shipping. The justification is, someone's getting an item for $1. So there's plenty of buyers who are happy to pay that shipping. Some people ask, can you mark down the shipping? And we typically, in 0 to 60, we have all of our canned, you can copy and paste customer service messages, and we have a message for that. If you have any interest in joining 0 to 60, we start on Monday the 14th. You can find out more at withyourhoney.com/0 to 60. This is probably going to be the best thing that we've ever done. We did so much good stuff and training for our network marketing teams. We've done, I think, really great training. We're so proud of the challenge and the results that it's created for you guys, and how much you guys have loved it. And 0 to 60 is literally going to be like 10 times better than that, 100 times better than that. The best thing we've ever done. I'm so excited because we've experimented and tried things that just didn't work. We've really come and gotten a system where we can run our business part-time, literally make thousands of dollars out of our home every month, and do it on a part-time basis together and just have a lot of fun with it. So we're so excited to lay that all out for you guys in 0 to 60. So if you have any questions about it, you can message my personal page. We can chat about it. If you need an extended payment plan, let me know. We do have that available. So it's going to be so great, you guys. I'm so excited. Okay, so back to explaining this really long explanation of why we sold these things. So we had some stuff we wanted to blow out. So we were like, what if we mark down the shipping and see if we charge a lower shipping amount instead of charging like $8.98 or $9.98 or $12.90 on jackets? I mean, we've charged up to like $18.90 and $20 on shipping without a problem. So it just depends on the scenario, and we go into this in 0 to 60, when we charge what for each different scenario and why. And really the explanation, because our goal is to teach you our thinking of how our thinking behind how we resell, so that you can take that mindset and that business like approach to this business. It's a lot of people do just as a hobby and try to make money at it and stop. Our goal is to teach you the business thinking behind it so that you can go forward empowered to make your own decisions and grow your business in a way that makes sense for you. So we did this experiment. We did a bunch of dollar auctions and charged $6.98 shipping with the hope, well, if we charge less for shipping, we're still not going to lose money at that $6.98 price. But let's see if we can get these items bid up if we mark down the shipping lower. The answer was no. So, spoiler alert, the answer was no. It made no difference in terms of bids going up, in terms of this. So if you're like, well, I don't want to charge $8.90 shipping, it doesn't feel good, whatever, you can do $9.99 and free shipping. That price point hasn't worked for me. We've tried a dollar auction and $8.98 shipping, and we've also tried $9.99 free shipping auctions, and the dollar auctions do better. Go figure. It's the same price. Like, it's literally the same price. And that's why sometimes we offer free shipping on very specific items, because there are buyers who will only buy stuff free shipping. I think Jared is kind of one of those buyers. He won't pay for shipping a lot of times, but we'll charge it. And we have no problem, literally no difference in sales, because we used to do all free shipping on everything. And then we switched to paid shipping only on like 95% of our items. Sales didn't go down, they went up. Our returns, like our losses from getting items returned, went down. There's only positive things about it. So we did this experiment. It was a failure. This was like kind of mostly near the end of October, beginning of November. So without further ado, I will share our lowest sales. Okay, so the first thing is an L brand. I think they sell this at Macy's. Like a purple short sleeve floral tunic. I sold it for $7 free shipping. Again, didn't lose money, but not the kind of money that I wanted to make, but I got a couple dollars out of it. That's what it looks like. Got a couple dollars out of it and was able to take that money, go reinvest that 80 cents into a different item of clothing. So $7 free shipping, it hurts me to say. I sold the Beyond Yoga women's gray top. Beyond Yoga is a yoga brand. I've sold them before. That's why I picked this item up recently. This one sold for $3.90 plus shipping for, I think I charged $3.98, so it sold for $7.65. Thought this was going to get bid up, but it got one bid, which is very common when you run auctions, just to get one bid. So whatever you start an auction at, be prepared for it to sell at that price. But the good news is when you list an auction and it sells, you don't pay that insertion fee. If you had to pay, if it wasn't part of your free listings, in our store we pay 15 cents for additional auction listings and 10 cents for additional buy it now listings, just because of we have a premium subscription. I think that's what it's called. I don't know the name. The one before the big one. I sold an H&M divided dress. This was damaged, so divided H&M, 99 cents plus shipping for $7.97. So this was damaged. So let's see, a dress, red dress, plain. And when I say I sold and he sold, it's because Jarrett handles 99.8% of the men's items, and I handle 90% of the women's items. So that's just how we break it up. If you're selling by yourself, it doesn't really matter. But if I say I, it's typically because it's women's, and if I say he, it's typically because he listed it, if that makes sense. Okay, next item. A Nike Spell Out men's graphic tee sold for $1 plus shipping for $7.98. So that's what the graphic looks like. Nike Spell Out stuff does well for us. I have an offer sitting in our offers, whatever list, for $18 for a women's, like, not that different, plain Spell Out top. So kind of just depends. Again, if you start at low, if you start your asking price low, there's, maybe it gets bid up, but it can also just sell for that. Whereas if you start high and then you get an offer for lower, you can always come down. So sometimes we list high, sometimes we list to flip it quick. Again, there's thinking behind that that I don't have time to get into right now. Okay, we sold an At Ease men's button-up shirt, $1, $6.98 shipping. So you can see they're all pretty much, this is what that looks like. Just a plain white button-up. I think it's linen. Is it linen? No, it would say linen. So you can see this experiment didn't work. So here's a perfect example of, we try probably at least one new strategy every month, if not more, and see how it goes, and then adjust from there. And so we sold a Nordstrom's men's wrinkle-free button-up. We normally sell these for $15 to $20 shipped. This one was $1 plus shipping for $7.98. Another fail in this. This is probably one of our worst experiments. This was a damaged item. This is a Fossa Knob women's button-up. So I sold it for $1 plus shipping for $7.98. And a lot of these items, typically when they're damaged, we just sell them for cheap. Like this one's also damaged. This one got 2 bids and it went up to a whopping $1.04 plus $6.98 shipping. So it's like an Adidas soccer thing that was damaged. So on these, we probably doubled, tripled, maybe quadrupled our money on what we paid for it, but nothing out of this world. Okay, last low-end sale. This is the North Face tee with an American flag. Got 2 bids, sold for $1.25 plus $6.98 shipping. I could have sold this for more. If I was willing to hold out on this one, I don't think this one was damaged. Oh, I take that back. It had a stain on it. Without the stain, I probably could have sold it for $25. So a lot of those items that we just covered are damaged. I also sold like a Free People knit merino wool sweater that had a gigantic hole right on the front. I'll show you that one. For $1, also $6.98 shipping for total $7.98. Oh. So you can see our home runs and you can see our fails. So this was totally a fail on my part. If you can kind of tell, the material is kind of see-through. So the material was already kind of like a knit open material. So I missed the holes in the front right there, right in the front, smack dab on the boobies. But it sold. So I was just happy to get my $2, $3 out of it and go reinvest that in new inventory that was not damaged. So we still bring home items that are damaged, and some of you guys might be wondering, well, how does that happen and why? When you're at the bins, or when we're at the bins, you know, we'll be there sorting through the clothes and loading a bunch of stuff in our cart, and then we sort it before we leave. It's kind of tiring, and so by the end sometimes, you know, we're not checking items as closely as we were in the beginning, or, you know, you're looking at your cart trying to run your hands through things. It's just a little challenging. So could we spend more time like quality checking our items? Yes, but as you can see, we're not going to lose money on items that are damaged. So worst case scenario, we sell it for less, but we're still going to make a profit. And it's that kind of line of thinking that is the reason why we're okay bringing home damaged items sometimes. It's not the goal. We do our best to try to mitigate that, but it does happen, and it's perfectly normal. It is okay. So if that happens to you and you go out sourcing and, you know, things just don't go right, like, don't beat yourself up. Put it on an auction, $1, $8.98 shipping if it's first class. Mark it up even more than that if it weighs more than a pound and you have to do it priority. But don't beat yourself up. Like, just get the smaller return out of it and move on to the next item. You know, if you spent, like, for our average sale price, our average acquisition price in an item, 80 cents, and you get $2.40 out of it, like, you tripled your money. You're going to get back your 80 cents. You're going to have, like, you could go with that money, you could go buy 3 items, and then if those items aren't damaged and they're at closer to our average sale price, you know, we would have made $60. So that profit is still worthwhile to turn one damaged item into 3 new items, because all of our items, whether they're damaged or perfect, cost us the same average. So that's my thinking. So with that being said, I hope you guys are having a great Friday. I hope that you are finding your TGIFF and that you are embracing the dreams and desires and reigniting them for yourself through reselling, knowing that you can grow this business as big as you want, that this business can do so many things for you. I mean, the things that this business have done for us, from Jarrett being able to like buy his dream Wrangler, and us being able to buy cars for cash and invest in our rental fleet and move to the Pacific Northwest and improve our credit and, you know, pay off debt and have like a really healthy emergency fund. We don't like saying the word emergency. We call it our peace of mind fund, but the world calls it an emergency account or emergency fund. So I'm saying that to you, but we call it a peace of mind account. So whatever it is that it's doing for you, just know that it is possible. Know that we are here to help you, that whether you join 0 to 60 or not, we are here to show up and share our journey with you guys, what we're doing, tips, tricks, whatever it is, the support that you need. We are here for you guys. We love that you're part of this community. We thank you for being here and sharing your story with us, and we can't wait to get to know you guys better. So with that being said, have a lovely Friday, and if you have any questions, I will take them now. Hey Jess, if you have any questions, I'll take them now. But yeah, that was my message. Do you guys have any questions about next week's challenge? Do you know that you can invite people into the group? If you have friends who you think would love this community, who would love to know reselling, who could use a little extra money, and maybe they've tried network marketing and it hasn't worked out and they're skeptical, and, you know, put them in the challenge and show them that there is a way for them to reignite the dreams that they had, the desires that they have for their own version of freedom. Cool? All right, guys, if you don't have any questions, I hope you have a great Friday. I hope you have a great weekend. We will definitely see you for Sourced Sunday. Maybe tomorrow. We'll see what we have going on. But either way, I'm so excited to start the new challenge on Monday. So excited to drop module 1, or I should say the first module, because we're starting with the listing module, which is module 4 is the listing module. And that's the one we're starting with next week, because that's where I think everyone needs the most help. So we're so excited to drop that Monday in the 0 to 60 private community for all the people that are in. Again, you can check out everything about 0 to 60 at withyourhoney.com/0, 0260. All one word. Yeah, so we'll see you guys soon. Bye.